You into combs? You know, like these combs, like things for your hair, your beard. Are you into combs? Are you into wood? Are you into food? Well, I have something to show you today if you said yes to any of those. Or you could combine all three of them together. Knives, wood, food, combs, pricklies, stain, and just good old-fashioned people. I'm just kidding. Really, what we're going to talk about is wooden beard combs. And then I have this awesome cutting board, too, that I want to show you guys. And this is from Bells Custom Woodworking. And he sent me out these combs to try out. He also gifted me a cutting board. Like, gifted me a cutting board. And I couldn't believe it. I was blown away by, like, I get this package, and I'm like, I swear you were just sending me two combs. And then I pull out this cutting board, and I'm like, man, this thing is so nice. I can't even use it in my kitchen. He's like, what do you think about it? I'm like, it's hanging up. It's an art piece of my kitchen. He's like, dude, that's what everybody says. You need to try it out. So I did. So I tried it out, and we're going to get into what I think about it right after this. After I gather my thoughts. Let me put these combs down. Got it. And show you what came in the package and what my thoughts are on Bells Woodworking. So I got a couple of these cards. A couple of these cards right here out of the package. And they are both the same. Matthew Bell's the owner. Let's see, Bells Woodworking Shop.etsy.com. Oh man, it's Etsy. I don't like Etsy. I don't know what it is I have against Etsy, but it reminds me of the Itsy Bitsy Spider. And I don't like spiders, so Etsy's out. I guess. I'm not an advocate for Etsy. That's how we're rolling with that one. But he sent me these two combs here. And you can obviously see the difference here, right? So the teeth look about the same length. But you got this one over here that's just a little bit wider. As you can see, a little bit wider. But look at this. Look how thick these combs are. And I don't know if you can really see that well on video, but these things are like as thick as my finger. They're not little pokey tines or anything like that. They're not that like a thin plastic comb that maybe you would see some other wood combs be, or like a plastic comb. Like, it is thicker than this pen. So if I were to hold this pen here, put this up here, well, the pen is gone. The pen just disappeared because the comb is blocking it. And you have, I mean, this is like solid wood. And as somebody showed me one time, that you have to do when you get a wood comb is you do the teeth test, right? And really what you're doing is not necessarily testing the teeth. You're really just being a kid and listening to some music that you create with a comb. I mean, how cool is that, right? So then we go on to this one, which is a little bit, I feel like, wider of teeth, like they're spread apart a little bit more. So you fellers with those big, bushy, curly, thick beards, this is probably going to do really good for you. It's like a rake. I mean, it's the size of my hand, and it's going to like rake through your beard and get all the leftover dinner out of there. But let's hear this one. I mean, it's so solid. I don't know how you ever break any of these teeth. It's so thick, I can't even, like, bend them. They are solid end point. There's no, like, scragglies or burrs or anything like that. I can do this. Like, I don't think anything's going to catch on that I could ever tell. So, he does a really nice job making these things. And you have two different types of wood here, so pick your poison when you're on the Etsy shop of what type of wood you want. I don't know, realistically, in my beard, if there's that much of a difference between the types of wood. I think, you know, based on looks, do you like a lighter colored or a darker colored? I do feel like the lighter colored could be a little bit stronger material, because I feel like these teeth I can just move a little bit more. But again, these are a little bit thicker and wider, so that extra strength could be helping them out in that category as well. But I really do like the patterns on these. I mean, it doesn't really get much better than a natural wood pattern, realistically. And, you know, one of the first questions I got asked when I said, like, homemade wood combs, you know, was like, well, can you smell the stain or anything like that on it? And I don't necessarily know what he seals these with, or how he necessarily makes these. I'm not the creator. I am the person that runs them through my beard and then comes and sits down here and says what I think about them. But I smell nothing. I don't smell anything. So I think for a wood comb, if you're looking for something a little bit thicker, that these would be awesome for you guys to get a hold of, and they're really not bad price at all, and they're handmade from somebody in our community who participates with things, and I just totally love that idea. For me personally, with a thin, finer hair, these teeth are almost too rounded to get into my beard. They almost push it a little bit, but for somebody who has a thick, curly beard, a big burly type beard like that, these are going to be awesome. I know I've seen a couple guys with bigger beards, like those really thick, curly ones, use these combs and really, really dig them. Go away, phone. Jeez Louise. And then he also sent me this guy here. Now, the first thing you might be thinking is that a paddle? No, it's not a paddle, but it could double as a paddle if you really wanted to make it. But what it is a cutting board for all of you unculinary type out there. This is a cutting board. This is something that we put on the counter, and to protect our counters, we slap our meat or cheese or whatever onto it and we slice it. Now, there's a big debate going around at times about plastic, glass, or wood cutting boards. Myself particularly, I have all three. I love to cook. I dig the wood cutting boards the best, and the reason for that is I feel like they hold up a while, and if you've ever seen like Booze Block or anything like that, you know, those are really expensive wood cutting boards that a lot of professionals use. This thing is awesome, and then it's got the little hole in there. You can just hang it up. And I asked him if he does like any engraving and stuff like that, and maybe that's something he'll get into because that would be cool. But I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I've used this thing 4 or 5 times, and I don't have any knife marks or anything like that in it. That is something that can happen with traditional type cutting boards, wood cutting boards, or even plastic, is that knife's going in there, and it's going to eventually start wearing it away a little bit. But I don't know if he sealed this thing with something that's preventing that a little bit, or if it's just the type of wood he uses. I don't know, but I'm pretty impressed with this little cutting board here. And I'm going to put this actually back up on my wall as a decoration because the spot that it was in looks bare. But there's going to be times where I grab this thing, not when Aubrey's misbehaving, but when I need to cut up some food and go straight to this guy. I prefer wood cutting boards. I like this cutting board in particular. And it was a gift from somebody in the bearded community, so I'm really just stoked and pumped about that. So if you guys are into wood products, I love people that handcraft things and they make the creations with their hands. It's not like machine made, so like you could see a little, like maybe this side is a little bit shorter than this side or something. But that's all part of the wooden creations that these guys are making with their hands, and it kind of just goes hand in hand with beard oils, and it's the art that we create. So I think these things are good little gifts. Honestly, pick yourself up a beard comb, get your wife a cutting board, or just a decoration for the kitchen so you don't get in trouble. It's not any innuendos intended for you, honey. I thought this would be a good decoration for our kitchen. I'll put a little hook up there, we'll hang it, and our kitchen will have some more culinary type things in it. See, that perfect way to run this across and to get yourself one of these awesome wood thick combs. Again, so just to recap the combs, I think they'll work good for a really thick beard. I wish they were a little bit pointier out here to grab into my beard, but that's just a beard preference. If you like wood combs, you're going to love these things. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong if anybody has destroyed one, but I almost think they're indestructible. I can't even get this thing to budge. And I was in Taekwondo. I'm used to breaking boards. But this is solid. So check out Bells Custom Woodworking. Check them out. See if they have anything that piques your interest. They're on that Etsy, which reminds me of the Etsy Bitsy Spider. I hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas. Thank you again for being you, for being part of this community and helping make the community what it is. Have yourself a fantastic day. Grab your coffee. Grab your bang. I do have both with me today. Oh, look at that, the unicorn bang. Stroke your wood comb brushed man mane. And God bless you all.